devious intention, it backfires on you. We announced that we are going to launch our manifesto on the 24th of August. Immediately, our opponents announced that they were going to do a media encounter on the 25th of August, the very next day. You know, the intention for doing that media encounter the next day after we had announced our manifesto was to turn the attentions of Ghanaian from the NDC manifesto. That was the main reason that they decided to do a media encounter the very next day after we launched our manifesto. But you see, when you do something with devious intention, it backfires on you. When you do something with devious intention, it backfires on you. You know how to tell when somebody is lying. If there are people who are smooth talkers, who can speak rat-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta like machine gun, the time when they become stammerers and they start stammering, you know they are lying. Somebody who can speak ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta like AK-47, suddenly media encounter, I think, Ezu, ni money ji, money here is etolene yawo. Ezu, the person started stammering, and you can't tell the head or tail. The fundamentals are weak, and then he went logoligi, 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 logoligi. Ezu, and so you must do things with truthful intention, and the basic principle of leadership is truth and honesty. If you want to be a good leader, you must be truthful and honest to your people.
You just heard from our president, John Dramani Mahama, the given tips on how he says are very useful in spotting a liar. But let me come into the studio, and as advertised, we have seated in the studios Janet Nabla, Flagbearer hopeful of the People's National Party. Janet, thank you very much for coming. Now, let me start off. Do you also think that tips Mahama gave are tips that can be used to spot a liar?
When it comes to these two presidential candidates, I don't even want to meddle in their affairs.
Why is that?
Because we are looking for fresh blood. We are looking for something new. We are looking for something that has never been touched before.
Okay.
And the two of them, I don't think they are the people Ghanaians are looking for. So I don't want to meddle in their affairs, especially when it comes to throwing jabs at each other. That is not what is important in this country.
Okay.
What is important is that Ghanaians are looking for policies that are tangible and can be able to deliver them from the miseries that they are in. And whatever they are doing is not solving that problem. So the two of them, I don't want to even go there. That is the reason why we are out. We are out to make sure that what the people of Ghana are looking for, they get it. And what they are looking for is redemption.
Okay.
And it has nothing to do with how to spot a liar and other things. They are both the same.
I see. And you think that you are positioned to rescue Ghana from the ditch in which it is?
Yeah, because when you look at us, the two of them are using our policies. That is the first thing that Ghanaians should realize.
What are your policies?
One of the policies that both of them are now talking about is price control.
Okay.
When the PNP immediately, the day that we got our certificate, that day we started with price control. We said inflation, the way inflation is going, there's no way inflation can be capped if we don't have a system in place like price control. Ghanaians now are forming associations and then to increase prices. People who are selling things, they buy, I went to buy a chair at China Mall, which was 68 Ghana cedis, and Guta and its members were selling it for 175. So when you have a system whereby people form associations to increase prices, and all what we do is to be trained jobs, instead of looking at the actual situation, then you wonder how we are going to solve the problems of this country. Look at the cement manufacturers. When they took the deal to Parliament that they should reduce prices and then put a cap on prices of cement. Have you seen that both the MPP and the NDC, they refused to pass it? None of them, they were all talking about, we need to look at it critically, both from the MPP and the NDC side.
I think the issue was with the cement manufacturers who didn't want price control. They wanted prices regulated.
Who cares about them? This country, we never voted for them. They are here to do business and must obey the rules and regulations of the country.
Okay.
So if Parliament was to pass a law and to put them straight, Ghanaians would have been better off. Did they do that? No, it wasn't done when they were in Parliament. So you realize that price control is something that will help Ghanaians. And the PNP, we started talking about it because we've realized that you go into the market and the bargaining power of the Ghanaian has been broken.
We will talk about the policies that the PNP is proposing. But one thing you said that caught my attention is the fact that you have received your certificates as a party.
Yes, we received our certificate as a party.
How old is the PNP?
Oh, we started, that was in April.
Okay.
We started in April with the turns, and finally...
So about 4 months?
Yes. Finally, they gave us our first certificate. And then they are saying that they are giving the final certificate. What we have done is that we form our... they wanted our regional... what is it called? Our regional executives.
Okay.
National headquarters, national executives, asked us to pay 40,000 Ghana cedis, asked us to bring 262 people from the various districts, asked us to do what? To set up regional offices, to which we have done.
Okay, you have satisfied all of these conditions.
To which we have done. Even though they are saying that they need 175 additional party offices from the districts, we are still doing that one. Even though the Constitution never said that. It says that you must have representation from the districts. Electoral Commission have decided to cap it that it means party officers. That one is debatable in court. But then, because we don't want any problems with them, we have decided to go ahead to do that.
So you are not satisfied with EC's requirements?
No, we are not. We are not.
Like
it is just to prevent people from contesting the duopoly, and this is not right. Our democracy, somebody is trying to set up a political party. You should not put up these impediments on the way of those who want to set up political parties. Why should we have a two-party system in Ghana? Ghana is too young to have a two-party system.
But technically, we don't have a two-party system.
We have a two-party system because the way things are being done in this country, the way the media gives so much light to both two political parties, like the way they do things to them, have created a two-party system in the country. And Ghana is too young to have a two-party system, because if care is not taken, a time will come when the two of them will come together and say that you come and chop for 8 years, I also come and chop for 8 years. And then they will do that like the way Ghanaians are suffering, and the two of them are at each other's necks, insulting instead of coming out with concrete measures. Listen to them talking about price cuts. We will do a tax cut. Tax cuts, they benefit producers. They don't benefit the consumer. But that is what they want to do, because they get their money from these producers, so they don't care about us. Things that will help the consumer are the price control thing that they don't want to even talk about. So that is the reason why EC should give opportunity for people who want to create political parties. Because you may be small, but your policies, I've just told you about how the two of them are picking our policies here and there. If we were not to be in place, where will they get those policies from? They would have continued to base their campaign on policies of insults, you see. So we are dragging them to think more than what they are doing. So when the two of them are insulting, we are telling Ghanaians these are the policies they should be looking at. These people are deceiving you. Look at what they should rather be talking about. So all these things will help in making sure that Ghana...
Dennis, I know you say that Ghana is too young for a two-party system, but there's a school of thoughts that we are not ready for a third force. I mean, how does that make you feel?
Ghanaians are ready for a third force. It's just
what is the indication that Ghanaians are ready for a third force?
For instance, wherever you go, when we were doing our campaigns in the polling stations, constituencies, you could hear people say that we just want to get a different political party from these two parties. That thing that one person wants to come to punish the other, not because of us. So we are looking for a third party so that we will move our ideas away from this politics of insults, politics of accusation, politics of all these things. But whenever they come to this in power, you will see that whatever they were complaining about, that's the same thing they are doing. People are tired. Ghanaians are not stupid. Ghanaians are very intelligent people, and they want a party that can come in to redeem them. And that party is not these two political parties.
Now, you say that Ghana is ready for a third force, but the third force, is it ready for Ghana?
it is ready for Ghana, except that they are putting a lot of challenges on the...
When you say they, who are you referring to?
For instance, these two political parties have been in the system for such a long time. So when we talk about finances, they have finances.
Okay.
When we talk about exposure, they have exposure to be able to, how do I even call it? Raise funds. They have the exposure to raise funds. In fact, they have created concrete measures for themselves, thereby creating a whole lot of difficulties for any political party that wants to come into place. But believe you me, the end is now. The end is now. Because I know that no matter what, we all believe in a God that is just, a God that wants the best for society. And God, the Bible says that when the people of God, if you are a person of God and you are in power, the people rejoices. And a time has come for God to redeem his people. And this redemption, I don't think that it is MPP and NDC. Okay. I don't think so.
So you think it is PNP?
PNP. My family, my community, my motherland. You know, when you started, I did not even tell the people that this is our slogan. My family, my community, my motherland.
That's your party slogan? That
is our party slogan. We believe that there is no way someone can love Ghana if they don't love their family. And there's no way you can say that you love Ghana when you don't love your community. Look at what happened in Winneba. What type of tradition are we now putting in place that people can look at their own relative lying in the rains, and then someone picked the person and dropped the person at the community, and the community people came with cameras to snap the person, and the person cried until the person died. What type of tradition is that?
Okay.
This is not Ghanaian.
We will come to what is Ghanaian, but you say that we are ready for a third force, and you've also talked about how the NPP and NDC are well exposed, well financed, and all of that. The smaller parties, are they able to put themselves together? And I'm going to use your former party as an example, the PNC. You broke away from the party, and that party was relatively older than the PNP. So how do you intend to be on the same status quo with these big political parties that you talk about?
When you look at we breaking away from the PNC, it had to do with ideology. It has to do with integrity. Okay. Because politics is about integrity.
What is the PNP's ideology, political ideology?
They don't even, you see, the last time I'm
talking about the PNP, not PNC.
I think that they are, the PNP.
PNP, yes.
Oh, we are communitarians.
Okay.
We are communitarians. That's what I just explained to you.
Your mother.
We believe in developing the family. That is our belief, and that's communitarianism.
Okay.
Yes.
And you had an issue with PNC's ideology.
No, we have no issue with the PNC ideology. We just broke away, and the reason was because we did not believe in certain things that they believed in. They moved away from their ideology.
Okay.
They moved away from their ideology, and now they were in court. Every small thing. Whilst I was there, they took me to court for 7 or 8 times. I was in 8 or 7 different courts. Like, there will be a day I will be going to court for 2, like, I'll be having 2 court cases. Then you look at the issue, it was so. And the way the court judgment came, it that one to, in fact, how can the media know the outcome of a judgment before it came into place? So we just realized that no, these are not the type of people we are supposed to deal with. A person who have no integrity, who doesn't believe in justice, he doesn't believe in things happening the way it's supposed to. Oh no! It was unfortunate. So that is why we left.
Okay, so this is a publication that was available on one of our portals, and it says that Madam Nabla was suspended indefinitely from the party due to allegations of gross misconduct, insubordination, and incompetence. How do you respond to these?
So Ghanaians, when they hear these things, then you ask yourself, what did I do? They label the things. They label the things I did. And one of the things they said I did was that they said I took money from Electoral Commission, 30,000 Ghana cedis from Electoral Commission. You see, there was a 30,000 Ghana cedis that the party needed to pick from Electoral Commission. You know that campaign funds that amounted to 1.7 million that we kept in our party office was picked by that time, the one who was contesting, David Apasara.
Okay.
He took this money. As we speak now, he has not told us what he used that money for. So because of that, the 30,000 cedis from Electoral Commission, I went and collected the money, and I paid it into the account of Tamaledia, a PNC account. After it matured, I used the money to distribute to the 16 regions to pay their party offices. The rest of the money was used to pay our national office. So on our party's platform, they knew how the monies were spent. The reason why they accused me was because I did not leave it in the party's coffers so that that is the reason why. So you ask yourself why the party stood by me to the extent of leaving the party. They all left. They left because they believed that the people that were now in that party are not people they wanted to work with. How can I go and solicit for rice, 52 bags of rice, 50 bags of rice, and then I told you and you said I should go and bring it to you? And I said, but tell me, who should we share the rice to? I'm the administrator of the party, general secretary. Why will you tell me that I should give you the listen? The party says that I am the CEO of the party. So why will things be with me and I ask you that, who should I give it to? Tell me, give this one to this region. And you said, no, I should give it to you. How? Is it because I'm a woman? So I said, no. And distributed, I used my own money to distribute the rice to the various regions. I did that. So if you say that you are going to suspend me, and if they say misconduct, Ghanaians have seen that insubordination and what to call
gross misconduct and incompetence.
You see, Ghanaians have now seen that the entire PNC is an incompetent political party. Have you heard of them ever since I left? Have you ever heard of them? I was in that party working my ass, working hard to make sure that the party's name is always alive. I do things for free. I use my money to champion things without asking anything, because I believe that if you say you're a leader, you must live by example.
Okay.
I remember when I was a women's organizer, I formed this group, CONWOC, Coalition of National Women Organizers of Ghana, and there was an opportunity for us to go to US, and then I saw that the people that wanted to go were many, and we could not, the numbers, some people had to drop out. I dropped out. I, the one who formed, and allowed other people to go. That is what leadership is all about.
I see.
So some of these things that they say, you see, when God wants to deliver you and wants to let people know that someone is an incompetent person, he removes you from them. Now I've left, and Ghanaians have seen that they are actually truly super incompetent political party. Because where are they?
There are some concerns that breakaway parties are sponsored by the two major political parties. How do you respond to that?
I would say that it is not true.
You're not being sponsored by either NDC or NPP.
You have no idea the hell we are passing through when it comes to sponsorship. We are doing things our own. We are trying to change the minds of the Ghanaians that there is there's joy in trying to own the political party and picking it as yours. When you have one city and you contribute towards the party, when you have 5 cities. In fact, we are going to launch our campaign and then to show Ghanaians what we are doing, so that at the end of the day, no one will lie that we are doing money laundering or something, because we are using Ghanaians to make sure that this party becomes their own. Time has come for Ghanaians to sponsor their own political parties. Instead of allowing politicians to go and borrow money from other places to come and sponsor their campaigns, and at the end of the day, they will have to pay with so much interest that Ghanaians will have to suffer for it. We are saying that Ghanaians should sponsor our party and make it their own, so that at the end of the day, we don't owe anybody. When we come in and we are implementing our policies, there is no decision. The only mercy that we will have is to have mercy on Ghanaians, that people should not kill them with high prices just because they sponsored someone. So that is what we are doing as a...
But I mean, if you're struggling with finances, if I may put it that way, why don't you join other forces, to create a bigger third force? Have you thought of that?
Yes, we've thought of that. And then we have also looked at the political parties.
Okay.
It has to do with ideology. So when I see that you are preaching about, you are campaigning, you are roaming around, and you are talking, I listen to see whether the ideologies you are preaching, is that what I want to do? Because politics is about, look, it's a call, it's religious. When you look at pastors, you will see that some pastors were called to be preachers, others were called to be prophets, others are to interpret dreams. These people are they have specific things to altogether that they were called to do. So if I have my ideology and I'm looking at what I think Ghanaians can be able to do to save them, and then you also have a political party, and I've seen that your ideologies and my ideologies are not going the same way. Your campaign messages and your policies and what I believe in are not going the same way. At times, it's difficult for you to go in, because when you go in, your perception or all your ideologies, your policies of helping just die away, because the person you've joined did not believe in that ideology. And so at the end of the day, when you do that and you go and fight, or you finally come out, they will say that, see, you went in and you came back. But if the person is having same ideologies, preaching the preachings that we are looking at the vulnerable and thinking about the Ghanaian society to make Ghanaians better, believe you me, we will support such a person.
So you are all about ideologies. You won't even compromise.
No, it's not about compromising. We will compromise if your policies are for the ordinary Ghanaian. That is all what we are looking for. Because, for instance, the place I came from, if I want to look at the place I came from and where I am today, I can't even think. I can't think far, because I grew up in the most deplorable state that anyone can imagine. And I know I don't want you to tell me the definition of poverty. Anyone who knows how to define poverty is not poor, because poverty has no definition. You have to feel it to be able to know. So if you are from that side, and wherever I'm sitting today, when I want to make policies, I want to make policies that those people, it can touch them. Did you see those things? Are you aware of all these things? So if you have your political party and you are running your campaigns, and your campaigns are not going in line with the way I think things should go, you will see that we have so many different political parties running in the system.
But I want to ask you one interesting question. Are you confident of contesting in this 2024 December polls?
We are more than confident.
You are also aware that the PNC wrote to the EC to prevent you from contesting.
You know,
how did you take that?
You see, so Ghanaians will now know who is the aggressor. Ghanaians will know who is the aggressor, because to us, we've never had, ever since we left based on principles. And we said because they have lost their credibility, that is why we left. And ever since we left, we've never turned back. We were shocked when we saw that they went and wrote a decision that the PNP is for Liman. Who told them? You see, someone who doesn't even know his ideology, I told you, they don't even know where they came from. And these people that I'm talking about.
Do you believe in Liman's ideologies?
So much. I believe in
Is that what you're implementing in the PNP?
No, even if I'm implementing it, so do you understand? If I'm implementing, Nkrumah's ideology are being implemented by both MPP, NDC, who, all the political parties in Ghana. Who are you to say that no one has the power to implement someone that they believe in policies? So when you look at what they were fighting for, you didn't see Electoral Commission, the letter. They said the PNP is a name that is vacant. Anyone who wants it can use it. They told them, as they wrote to Electoral Commission, GNA went there to interview Electoral Commission, and they told them that what they are talking about is neither here nor there. Because this is a name that is there for grabs, and we picked it.
Do you think that the PNC has let Dr. Liman down?
So much. They have left him down so much on several occasions, because as we speak, they were not following his principles. If you follow the Liman principles, you will be thinking about more and more policies to be able to help this country. Apart from Dr. Edward Nasigri Mahama, when he was there, he was campaigning based on principles, he was campaigning based on policies. And as a result of Dr. Edward Nasigri Mahama, we have national health insurance operating in Ghana today. We have school feeding operating in Ghana today. We have Ministry for Women and Children Affairs operating in Ghana today. We have Get Fund operating in Ghana today. Politics, as I told you, is about policies. Politics is about policies. So if you are not able to bring policies to impact or to change the lives of people, what is the use of being there? And the rest, that is what they have been there doing. I have not seen anything.
Let's now zoom into the PNP properly. So you say politics is about policies.
Yes.
Apart from the first policy that you stated, what other policies is the PNP preaching?
You see, this policy, one of the policies We spoke about how to do with 2020. It was in 2020 when we're going for the 2020 elections. In fact, that time, we came out with a policy about women.
Okay.
We said Ghanaian women are being taken for granted, because when you look at policy, this in political parties coming out with their campaign messages, they are always silent on what they will do for women. Very, very silent. Although women constitute more than 50% of Ghana's population, they've been so quiet about
Policy. About women.
So we said that, why is it that we have majority of women in the retail sector, but we don't have any bank, any government bank that have been designated to give them loans? For instance, GCB, we have National Investment Bank. What prevents these banks from giving loans to women so that with low interest rate to do their business? Because research have shown that women are capable, usually pay loans more than their male counterparts. Why haven't we tried to do that, but have left these women in the hands of microfinance
you've
agencies?
heard the NDC preaching widely that they are bringing a women's bank for women.
That is that you see what they do.
Are you going to say that they stole your policy as well?
They just. It's not like I'm saying it. It's true. Go to 2020. You see that we came out with. In fact, we talked about even designating banks like ADB, GCB, or National Investment Bank. So we already have their banks. Why do you want to bring a women's bank? You remember some time ago there was a bank that was called a women's bank. There was a bank like that women's bank. Where is that bank now? So if government wants to help women, government doesn't have to create a new bank.
Okay.
They just have to make sure that commercial bank or National Investment Bank is the one doing that. When they go and create a new bank, another government will come, and then the bank will just get missing into the system, and then they will do other things. But when you make it like a policy, that commercial bank, look at ADB, it gives loans to people who want to go into agric. So why don't you use either commercial bank or National Investment Bank to do that? Because
so
that
in
was
essence, that policy by the NDC is a needless one.
It's not creating another bank. We don't because we came out with this policy, and this is how we were thinking that it can work. And the way they have gone with it, I don't think it will work.
It will work.
It will work.
Okay.
And then
you have said that a bit of your plan for women. Let's talk about the youth. What are your plans for the youth?
So we have always believed that the youth are the engine of growth for this country, and we have majority of youth that are all over the places without jobs. Why? Because of what we study in school. When you go to school, when you go into social sciences, you see a whole lot of people in there doing majority of courses. When they come out, getting jobs becomes difficult. So we are saying that let's start from that side. And apart from that, we have to introduce something to our schools, into our schools that will help.
Specifically, what exactly?
Apart from, as Dr. Mahama would say, thinking, apart from thinking, ethics. Because when you're a youth and you complete school and come back out, and someone establish a business and invite you to come in to work there, and you comes in and you have a motion, a notion to be able to get rich very quick, and then you start doing things that you are not supposed to do. At the end of the day, you are going to destroy that person's the employment the person have provided, and you destroy your own future in addition. When we talk about corruption, I have said that it is not corruption is not a political thing. It is a Ghanaian thing. It's Ghanaians that
are corrupt.
It is not politicians that are corrupt. When you go to market and you see things that are happening, they are not politicians. You see, most of the things that we see happening are not politicians. They are just someone just like myself and you who does those things. So for us to be able to get jobs that will be sustainable for the youth, we have to introduce into them ethics.
So you say that the youth needs to be reoriented psychologically. Okay.
I work in a hospital, and we employed this 24-year-old girl to be our cashier. And the girl came and started changing hairstyles and other things. And some of the colleagues, I thought they were jealous. They came and reported to me, and look at this girl. And I said, I'm happy about it. Her life is being improved. If you want, also go and let your life be improved. Because when you are working, you are supposed to add something to your life. It was later on they came that anytime people come to pay money, like every day he take 500 Ghana cedis. Every day in fact, the day that we sacked her, she brought about 4,100 Ghana cedis. That day, no, she brought. So you see, I was sad, and she is not the first person. In fact, about 3 people have gone as a result of that. We picked a driver, and the driver came in. All what the driver did was that we were going to bank, and the banks closed. So we kept the money inside the car. He came back and took the money and ran away. As we speak now, we don't know where he is. So you see, the youth, we are looking for people who know, who are supposed to be patriotic. When you are patriotic to the country Ghana, and then they pick you anywhere, you are not just thinking about the money aspect. You are not just thinking about how to get rich quick. You are also thinking about how to develop your country. So I think that the youth, we have to create jobs and more jobs, but not government. I don't, because look at our way this in bill. When we make sure that we have lower interest rates, a lot of people can be able to create more. Private sector will be able to get loans to create more jobs, and the youth will get this in. So we will do public-private partnership when we come.
Okay. We'll talk more about your policies, but when are you launching your manifesto? I believe that will give you the bigger platform to, unpack all of these policies that you have for Ghanaians.
And on this Sunday, just this Sunday.
Just a Sunday?
Just this Sunday, they will, 2 of us are contesting. Myself and Dr. Ayensu. So the National Executive Committee of the party came out on Sunday. They met on Sunday, and there's a communique that is out that they want to deliberate with the 2 of us. When they come, they will talk to the 2 of us and then get an understanding.
There won't be a congress held to elect either of you?
No.
There's going to be a conversation
Yes, they said they are going to deliberate with us, and then even though we are now doing we are doing side talks with them, but that's what we heard. They said that they will come and then talk to us because the party is too young. Immediately, they announced that we should go into a contest. That was where problems started. People started, and it wasn't easy at all. So they said they will go into deliberation to talk to us.
We are about wrapping up, but what you just said just takes me back to my earlier position that, if your party is new, you say that the bigger parties are well exposed and well resourced, and it's about 4 months or so to the elections. We have seen their manifestos, and a smaller party trying to break even. We don't know what you want to do for the country. I mean, what is the future looking like for you?
Okay, so you know that people like new wives. That is the reason why when a man marries a new wife, he loves that new wife, and then will be staying with the new wife and will marry the old wife again. You know that.
So that's your mindset?
No, not mindset. Not mindset, because the old one has done so many things that are so disadvantageous that he has seen. So it's the same thing that will happen over here. The PNP, we are coming out with our policies. I just told you that we are going around preaching about price control. The problem of Ghana has to do with high inflation. And when we are able to use price control to cap inflation, turns will work. That is what we believe in. And this is what we've been preaching. It's not today. We've been, ever since we started with a party, it came with this price control. We will abolish the free market economy and adopt price control. That is what we've been preaching. We've been talking about, I'm a woman. And I know that when women are well-resourced and women are empowered, Ghana will grow. Since 1950.
Unfortunately, because of time, I just want you to give out your final words to your supporters. I believe that they are listening. I mean, people that you say are tired of the duopoly between the NPP and NDCI. What does the PNP have for them? So,
PNP, we've said it and we are saying it again. Ghana is a country that is full of resources that we should not be in the situation that we are in now. We need to break out of this struggle. And the PNP is the only political party that can redeem Ghana from the situation that Ghana is in now. One of the things, I wanted to even say it before you listen. We know that women constitute more than half of the population of this country. And we have 25% of women being single mothers in this country. And we think that when we are voted into power, what we will do is to make sure that we provide allowances for struggling single mothers. We have single mothers who are better off and they don't need any money. But we have people who are struggling. The reason why Ghana is the way it is that we don't have patriotism, that people go anywhere and they want to amass wealth for themselves, is because We have 25% of our population that are single mothers. Majority of these
Janet,
women.
How much are you looking at giving these struggling single mothers? And
When we talk about allowances, we are going to pay maintenance and pay school fees. Maintenance for the upkeep of the child and school fees. Because, let me finish. Because majority of these children, parents, their fathers ran away and left them. It's not like we are going to do this so that men will now be impregnating women and be running. When we pay allowances and take it, immediately you run away and leave your child. Government comes in immediately. The child should not suffer because the man ran away. Okay. And then we will leave the man in the hands of the government. Because now, Ghana, they have left the men in the hands of the woman. If you cannot find the man who impregnated you, they will not support, then you will go and support yourself. But we are saying that we should take that burden and put it on government. Okay. So that government takes care of the woman and then look for the man when he's caught. Then they make him to pay for everything. And if he cannot pay, just as the white people are doing, you go to jail. This will help men to be using condom, especially those who are not yet ready, to be using protection, and also make sure that Ghana, we don't give birth to children who will suffer and struggle for no cause of theirs. This country, no child deserves that.
Right. Thank you very much. I've been speaking to the flag-bearer hopeful of the People's National Party, Janet Nabla. You heard her there. And like I always say, that the final decision lies with you. This has been it for Campaign Trio on Saturday.